Hey guys, this is Non-Lamers on Invoked 101. Welcome back, and today we're taking a look at the brand new deck, Battlewasps. So this is a brand new deck straight out of Battles of Legend. It's really fun. I played it a little bit online before I built it, and I was able to build it really quick, as you can tell, because it's officially released on today for the OTS. I also have some Speedroid stuff. I got 2 of this guy along with the new Synchro, and just went XO with it. So expected a Speedroid deck profile coming up tomorrow. I guess sometime tomorrow, since I'm uploading this pretty late. But yeah, Battlewasps are kind of like a love letter to Blackwings. They're pretty similar, but they also do a lot of different stuff. But before we get into the deck profile, down in the description there's a link to our Patreon if you feel like backing us on there. There's also a link to our Teespring if you feel like getting yourself some Invoked 101 merch. And there's also a link to our Discord if you feel like chatting with us. So if you feel like doing all that, all those links are down in the description. So without further ado, we're going to set the spells and traps and the extra deck off to the side, and we're going to talk about the main deck monsters. So excuse me if I read off straight from the card for some of these. They're brand new and I haven't had a lot of time to play test them or read them. So but I have play tested them online. It's the same deck as it is right here. So let's check them out. So the first one we got is triple of the level 1 pin the Bullseye. This is one of the best ones in the deck in my opinion. He's a level 1 that can special summon himself if you control an insect. And then it says during your main phase, you can inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each Battlewasp pin the Bullseye you control. You can only use each effect once per turn, which that's a hard once per turn. So he does burn damage for each pin on the field, which is kind of like weird because like you can only special summon him once per turn. But you can potentially get 3 out in one turn if you open like 1 for 1 or something, and then 2 of them. So, but either way, the 200 damage is relevant because it affects with some of the other with the synchro monsters. So that's pretty neat. Okay, so after that we have 2 Dart the Hunter. This is the other level 1, and this guy's kind of neat. He's like a little hand trap for the deck. So his effect is when your Battlewasp monster destroys a monster by battle and that is owned by the opponent, you can discard this card, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the destroyed monster's original attack. And then his other effect is you can target 1 other insect monster you control is treated as a tuner this turn. Also, you can't special summon from the extra deck except insects. You can only use each effect of Wasp the Hunter once per turn. Or Dart the Hunter once per turn. So that's why I only play 2, because he's just a little hand trap, but he converts stuff to tuners. Maybe I'll bump him to 3, but currently I like him at 1. So after that, we have triple of another really good one, which is Battlewasp Sting the Poison. So this guy's really cool. He is your Stratos for the deck. So what Sting does is on normal or special summon, you can add 1 Battlewasp monster from your deck to your hand, except Sting. And then he has a quick effect. You contribute 1 other insect monster you control, or 1 other insect monster, then target 1 effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effects until the end of this turn. You can only use each effect once per turn. So on top of searching, he's also kind of like an effect veiler, which is kind of neat, except he has to tribute for it. He's also the only tuner, the only full-bred tuner in the deck. After that, we have triple Twinbow the Attacker. So this guy's kind of neat. He is another really good one for the deck. So his effect is during your main phase, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can't special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except insects. You can only use each of this effect of Twinbow the Attacker once per turn. And then his other effect is he can make a second attack during each battle phase. So while he only has 1,000 attack, he can still swing twice if you're able to clear their board and just get this guy on the board. So that's pretty neat. And lastly, for Battlewasps, we have triple Arbalest the Arbalest the Rapid Fire. So he's your level 4 for the deck, and his effect is when this card is normal summoned, you can target 1 level 3 or lower insect in your graveyard, special summon that monster in defense position. If this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can special summon 1 Battlewasp monster from your hand or deck. You can only use each effect of Arbalest once per turn. So pretty cool. Good lineup of stuff. A lot of special summoning, a lot of swarming. Very appropriate since there was supposed to be a swarm of bees. So yeah, I really like them. I think that they only really need probably 1 more monster, and then they're pretty much set. I like them though. So hopefully they'll get some stuff for the monsters in the future. After that, we of course have a little supplementary engine, and that of course would be none other than the Windwitches. So if you don't know what the Windwitches do, they basically just summon Crystal Wing. We play one of this one and one of this one. So this one summons this one and burns for 5. This one searches this one, and all of them lock you into winds, except for this one. So what's really cool about this one is if you hard draw it, the deck is all wind, so you can just special summon it as well. It's really nice. Honestly, it's very similar. Since this deck it doesn't have very many power play moves, this is really what you, just something that I wanted to add to it. So there's that. That's it for the monsters. Moving into the spells and traps. All right, first up we have triple of their spell card, Revival Swarm, sorry. This is a normal spell card, and it says target one Battlewasp monster in your graveyard, special summon it. So a really simple monster reborn form. And then it also says you can banish this card from your graveyard, target an insect monster you control. It can't be destroyed by battle or card effects until the end of the next turn. So you can use, and it says you can only use this effect of Revival Swarm once per turn. So what's really nice is that you can revive something and then instantly use the other effect, which is really cool. I think this is really cool. It's kind of like comparing it to Speedroids, it's kind of like a speed recovery for them, which is neat. After that, we have Summoning Swarm, which Summoning Swarm is pretty awesome. It's like a soul charge. So it says, target level 4 or lower Battlewasps in your graveyard up to the number of monsters your opponent controls, special summon them. You can only activate one Summoning Swarm per turn. You can't special summon from the extra deck except the turn you activate this card, except insects. So it does lock you into insect, but who cares? You're potentially summoning 5 or 6 monsters from the graveyard. Another really cool card. So not only one Monster Reborn, but they got 2. So you have 6 Monster Reborns off the bat. And then we have triple MST. I didn't think Twin Twisters would be too great in this deck, and so I threw in the MSTs just because. And then after that, we have 1 Monster Reborn, so that's 7. 1 for 1 because the 1 for 1 targets are pretty decent. And 1 Multiplication of Ants. So you guys probably don't know what Multiplication of Ants does. It says while one offer. Whoa, that's an old text. It says tribute 1 insect monster you control. Special summon 2 army ant tokens, which are level 4. 500, 1200 to your side of the field, and then they can't be used as tributes. This to tell you how old this card says. It says. Offer 1 insect monster on your side of the field as tribute. Special summon 2 army ant tokens. 4 stars. It doesn't say level 4. It says 4 stars. So old card. But yes, it summons 2 level 4 insects, which is very nice and just lets you. So if you can get out Sting along with something like Twin Bow, you can tribute Twin Bow and make a level 10 synchro monster potentially. So that's it for the spells. Then we have the traps. So we have the one and only trap for Battlewasps, which is Battlewasp Nest. This is a really cool little trap card. It's kind of like a battle fader. So it says, when your Battlewasp monster is targeted for an attack, special summon a Battlewasp monster from your hand or deck, and if you do, place a counter on this card, then end the battle phase. You can only use this effect of Nest once per turn. If this card has 2 or more counters during the end phase, send it to the graveyard. So you only get to do it twice, but I'm playing 3 of them, and it gives you a monster and ends the battle phase. It's pretty awesome, and it's very nice. After that, I'm playing triple Fiendish Chain. This is just a card I threw in here because I wanted to play Called by the Graves, but I didn't have any spare, so I'm playing Fiendish Chain instead just as some effect negation. But I honestly don't think it's that bad of an idea. I like it. It's pretty okay. And then lastly, triple Solemn. We're playing 1 Warning, 2 Strike, just some cool stuff for this deck. I wanted to make it kind of similar to my Speedroid deck, but a little bit different. So it is a bit different. I believe the main deck is 41, and that's it. That's it for the Battlewasps main deck. Like I said, I think it's 41. All right, so moving into the extra deck, we have we'll do biggest to lowest. We have 1 Ballista the Armageddon. So this is their level 12, it looks like. And it says 1 tuner, 1 or more non-tuners. It's an insect synchro wind. It says if this card is special summon, you can banish all insect monsters from your graveyard. All monsters your opponent currently control lose 500 attack and defense for each banished insect monster. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing. This synchro summon card is in its own possession is destroyed by opponent's card. You can special summon 3 of your banished level 11 or lower insects. So that's pretty neat. After that, we have double Hama. the Conjuring Bow. He is level 8. So his effect is he needs a tuner and one or more non-tuners. And it says, if this card was synchro summoned using a synchro monster as material, it can make a second attack during each battle phase. You can only use each of the following effects of Hama once per turn. And then his first effect is, when this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can make all monsters your opponent currently controls lose 1,000 attack. And the second part is, at the end of the battle phase, if your opponent did not take any battle damage this phase, you can inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each Battlewasp monster in your graveyard. So very cool. Just some burn damage and whatnot. And then we have double Halberd the Charge. They're level 6 synchro. He needs a insect tuner and one or more non-tuners. And his effect is, once per battle during damage calc, if this card attacks the opponent's monster with equal or higher attack, quick effect, have the attack of that opponent's monster during that damage calc only. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can inflict, I don't know what that says, inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each Battlewasp you control. You can only use this effect of Halberd once per turn. So very cool, a very useful synchro monster, and it makes sense that he would need, this would be a staple level 6 synchro if he didn't need that insect tuner. After that, we have 2 Azusa the Ghost Bow, and this is their level 5 synchro, and it says 1 tuner, 1 or more non-tuners, and it says when your opponent takes effect damage from another Battlewasp monster, you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to the original attack of that monster. You can only use this effect of Azusa once per turn. When a monster is destroyed by battle with your Battlewasp monster while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card in defense position, but banish it when it leaves the field. So just some revival off the level 5. Very cool. A very strong opening lineup for Battlewasps if they decide to give them more support down the road. I would love to see a level 3 synchro and like a level 10 synchro. I think would be awesome, because something to bridge this gap right here, because like 8 to 12, you need to use Dart almost specifically to make this, which kind of sucks. Although the level 5 is a synchro tuner, so you do have that, which is pretty nice. But yeah, there we go. For other synchros that we have 1 Black Rose Dragon and 1 Crystal Wing. I need to add a Windwitch synchro, and I just realized that, and I'm sorry that I forgot it. I would play one of the Windwitch synchro. I know I have one, I just didn't add it for the deck profile, and I'm sorry. After that, we have some link monsters, including 2 Great Flies, because it's a wind insect link, and it buffs all your guys by 500. This is such an awesome link for this deck, because it's basically a Battlewasp being wind insect, and it's really funny. And then we have 1 Pica Finalia, which lets you shuffle stuff back and draw cards. It has another effect to equip to stuff and give it a bonus 500. But honestly, if you're making this early on and you don't want to use the equip effect because you're about to send something, you're about to synchro with that. So that's the reason you never use that. But it does let you shove 3 insects back into your deck and draw a card, which is nice. I would play 2 of her. I just couldn't find my second one for some reason. I don't know where they went. But that's it. That's it for the deck. I've had fun playing Battlewasps online. I think that they're a little janky deck that is really fun and definitely needs some experimentation. And I definitely will be updating this deck at some point once I figure out a little bit more about it. Probably in a month or so, I'll show you guys a new version of it. But for now, this is definitely going to be the Battlewasp deck that I'm playing. Anyways, tell me what you guys thought about this deck in the comments below. Don't forget to check out the stuff down in the description, such as our Patreon, our Discord, and the merch. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video.